today, March the 13th. And I ask everyone to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. All together.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you all. Got a full house today. Thank you all for being here. All right, we've got the adoption of the agenda and approval of the minutes. Everybody had an opportunity to review those. Anybody have any corrections or additions? If not, could I have a motion that we adopt the agenda and the minutes?
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any other questions or concerns you need to address? Hearing none, all those in favor signify with the uplifted hand. Thank you very much. Okay, information items, we'll start off with you, Dr.
Okay.
McCullough.
All right. Well, we all know that one of the most enjoyable moments of our board meetings is when we actually have our student staff recognition. And before we move to student staff recognition, we actually want to take a minute to recognize our Board of Education. Governor Brian Kemp has designated March 10th through the 14th as School Board Appreciation Week in Georgia. This week on social media, we've been highlighting the fantastic work of our board and your many accomplishments. And we have a proclamation, a copy posted, and I have a laminated copy here, but I'm actually going to have to read from the larger print because I can't read that even with my readers. But I would like to take a minute to read this by the Governor of the State of Georgia, a proclamation, School Board Appreciation Week. Whereas the education of Georgia's children is the key to this state's continued prosperity and success, and whereas for Georgia to continue to grow, we must commit to our state students by providing high academic standards, trained teachers and staff, and adequate resources to all schools, and whereas Georgians serving on school boards have demonstrated a strong commitment to quality public education by securing necessary resources, promoting academic standards, and fostering partnerships within communities. And whereas Georgians elected to boards of education collaborate with school systems, parents, businesses, and community leaders so that students can become educated, productive members of our state and nation. Now, therefore, Brian P. Kemp, Governor of the State of Georgia, do hereby proclaim March 10 through 14, 2025 as School Board Appreciation Week in Georgia. And so the Georgia School Boards Association has provided a small gift and a letter of thanks. And then we also, our school system has a small token to show our board members how much we appreciate their commitment to our community and our school system. We appreciate everything that you do, your visionary leadership, and I personally want to thank you for inspiring me as a superintendent to reach for excellence every day, and you challenge all of us, our system and our school leaders, to every day look for that opportunity to get better. As Mr. Hopkins says, every day, what can I do to get better? So thank you for challenging all of us. And we're excited to have representatives from our Superintendent Student Advisory Committee. They are actually one representative from each school is here to share a message to you all. And I would like the principals to come up, and if you would introduce your student, and if you have anything to share about him or her, please do so, and then we'll turn it over to our students. So, Ms. Joyner, we'll start with you.
Well, at Jefferson Elementary, we're very thankful for the school board. We talked with Owen. He is our Superintendent Advisory Committee member. He is a kindergartner in this teacher's class. And he had a lot to share with us about things that he appreciates about the school board and mostly teachers, right? So he has a little, some notes here that will remind him of things that he should do.
So, what's about school deal is post about teachers that teachers can also help kids that need help, and usually at math we use these cubes that help us do stuff, and and then usually sometimes we go to a music class and we usually play xylophones. And
what did you tell us that Dr. Ben taught you to play on the xylophone? Do you remember?
That he can also teach you how to play Baby Shark and all these things. And also Miss Gooch gave us like maybe 3 chips to play with and yes, and then Alice in Wonderland, maybe thinking about it, that we're gonna have an art show of Mary Royal.
Mary Blair is a Disney artist, and that is the artist we're featuring for our art show and book fair coming up next week.
Yes. And last is...
What are you doing for the book fair and the art show that's really neat?
Well, Miss Wheel, our art teacher, she's going to hang all of the paintings and artists and all these things up, and then we're going to have an art show of Mary Whale. And last is the Dragon Dash. I know I have been there. It has already passed, but what is reminding me about it is that when we do stuff and run and get all these points, there's money that actually gives to the school and all this stuff, and that is it.
These are things
Thank you.
Thank you, Owen. Great job.
Good job.
Mm-hmm. It's kindergarten.
Okay. I have Kason Henry, and Kason is a 3rd grader at Jefferson Academy, and he is, you'll see him just a moment, very well-spoken young man. He's got some great things to say about what makes Jefferson great and why we're thankful for all the support that we get from you all.
I'm in 3rd grade at the Jefferson Academy. I would like to say thank you to the Jefferson Board of Education for always supporting our schools and making sure we have what we need to learn and be successful. One of the reasons that I think J is such a great place to grow and learn is because the math curriculum is great at letting everybody understand it well. It makes math easier for everybody, including the ones that are good at math, like me. Another reason is that in phonics we're learning how to write in cursive, which makes school more fun. It also teaches us how to write our signature. Also, I think that the Wing Wisdom program is nice because at the Socratic seminars, I don't have to raise my hand without a talk. We sit in a circle and we discuss things about the book that we're reading. It's like I'm just having a conversation with my friends. Another reason is because in ELT, we are getting to do book studies, but we get to pick the book, which is more fun than being given a book to read. I recently chose Harry Houdini, and my friend got to choose J.K. Rowling. I know your support is what allows us to have these great programs for our classroom. I just want to thank you for the Board of Education and all you do.
Thank you.
This is Maddie Moore, and I love Maddie Moore very much. She is a student at my school, but I've also coached her mom for when she was in high school, so we go way back, and it's neat and fun to watch and see over time how our students in Jefferson grow and learn and become just productive men and women in our society. And Maddie would love to tell you just a few things about what we appreciate about our school and the book.
I'm very appreciative. I appreciate y'all because y'all are here for the students. Y'all are here to help us grow and to be successful, and not just for y'all. Y'all are here for the development that we gain. Y'all see a problem and y'all work together. Y'all fight. Y'all work together. Y'all work together and y'all make the problem done. And I just really, really appreciate that.
Thank you.
The gifts that you're getting are from our new embroidery machine that we've gotten with our graphic design and the medals that they do a lot of stuff that I don't know how it happens, but it does. So,
But you know it happens.
yes, sir. I know it happens.
Thank you.
This is from, this school system. Yeah. Yes. I know. Make
I
sure.
wish that y'all had the pleasure of seeing Riley Harrison every day because she is pure joy. And she brings joy to my life every day, and I know the teachers feel the same. Riley is a junior at Jefferson High School. She's involved in track and field. I got to watch her Saturday, and I was yelling, and she looked at me like weird. I'm like, sorry. But she's also involved in baby club and total person. So, Riley, tell them just how much we appreciate them. So, get out of your way.
So first, I just want to start by thanking you all for everything you all do for us and just providing us with this excellent school system that we have. And not only like academically, but like every club and sport team that we have too. Jefferson provides students with the most welcoming community and teachers help us grow into that, into what we want to be when we get older and graduate from high school. With the sports and clubs and classes that y'all provide, our school constantly pushes us to be the best students that we can be, and all of it's because of the board. And the board is just important for like me and I know all the other students around me is because they're responsible for making like the big decisions that we need in our school, and they set policies that ensure that we have quality education. Without y'all's guidance, we wouldn't have this wonderful school system that we have today. That's what we talk about.
Right.
What was that about?
Yes, great job. Owen, Kaysen, Maddie, and Riley. And we just, again, want to thank our board. We know that that visionary leadership starts right here at the top with you all. And we thank you for all that you do.
Well, we want to thank all of the students at this band. I know it's not easy to stand up before a crowd. So it's great that y'all were able to do it, and we appreciate all the words you had to say. But I've got some good things going on. So thank y'all.
Yes, thank you.
She's got to go run.
Yes.
I was going to say,
I told her everything she knows. I got track.
right, y'all take care. Thank you. If y'all need, we'd love for everybody to stay, but except for the Moors, they got to go.
Yeah, the Moors.
So say, bye-bye.
Okay. All right, and so now we will move to our student staff recognition, and we have the middle school all-state chorus with Miss Christy Walker. So we'll have you come on in and turn it over to you.
Okay, so this is Kylie Hayes and Kimberly Wisman. They had the opportunity this past February to represent Jefferson Middle School at the All-State Chorus, annual the 2025 All-State Chorus. This was a really kind of a competitive situation. There were about 6,000 students across the state who auditioned for spots in 7 choirs, only 3 of which are middle school. So total for middle school, about 700 to 750 kids made it. And they had to pass really 2 auditions, although one of them got snowed out in January, so crazy. So they passed their auditions with flying colors. They did really, really well, and then they got to go on to represent. We had 6 this year audition from JMS, And I'll tell you, all of them scored very competitively, within points of getting out two that were half a point from making the cutoff. So I'm really, really proud of them, their hard work, and how well they represented it, and really just all of the JMS core students for their hard work and dedication. So.
Okay, well, thank you, and I don't know if you know the rule or if your teacher told you that when you come and represent the chorus, you'll have to sing a song. If she didn't tell you, I'm sorry.
Did we do a little Peter Piper?
Oh, no.
We're going to take your word for it that y'all did great. So thank you very much. Appreciate all you do.
All right, next is we have some students from the middle school from our HOSA, our Health Occupations Health Occupation Students of America Leadership Club, and Ms. Wilburn will turn it over to you.
Yes, so thank you for letting these middle school students here today to recognize that I got the opportunity to take them to the first ever Seoul Middle School State Leadership Conference at Covington a couple weeks ago. And though our middle school chapter is small, it is mighty. They all placed in the top 10 in the state, and I'm going to let them each introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about their competition.
All right.
I'm in sixth grade. I joined HOSA because I'm interested in physical therapy, and I competed in life-threatening situations. I had to position me unconscious, respond to a violent situation, stop the bleeding, call 911.
Wow.
Pretty good.
My name is Laurel, and I'm in 8th grade, and we did dynamic decisions together, and we had to do a given topic, and then we had to make a presentation in 20 minutes, and we had 5 minutes to present. And I definitely learned a lot about like speaking in front of people and also talking.
I'm Lawson Wilburn. I'm in 8th grade. I was interested in HOSA one because my mom did it and she kind of taught me about it. And I also want to be an anesthesiologist. And like she said, we first had to pass a qualifying test at the school. Then once we got to state, we had to pass another qualifying test. And then we were given a topic, 20 minutes to raise, 25 minutes to present. And this also helped me with my speaking skills. I was able to learn how to speak and not be as repetitive and say words like while I
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yes.
That was really, really good. Thank y'all. And I hope y'all learned a lot.
Yes.
Thank you.
We may need you to help us with our capstone project if you can do a presentation that quickly. Right. I'm just kidding.
That's true. You did a good job.
Yes,
thank y'all very much.
All right, and next we have our JHS swim. So we will have Coach Tess Nunley come in. They've been here before. You're familiar with what to do, right? You've been team. Yes. That's right. All right, Coach Nunley, we'll go ahead and turn it over to you.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. We're missing a few swimmers. This is our state team. For our middle school and high school this year, we actually had about 50 students participate. 27 of those, a little over half, swim in Athens with me. Our state team is a little bit smaller, obviously. For state, you have to make a time cut. But this actually was the best state appearance we've ever had in the history of the program. We had 2 state champions. Neither one's here. They're on college visits, had work. So 2 state champions, 6 podium appearances. We broke over 10 school records. And every single swimmer that went to state came back the next day for finals, and it was just an amazing experience. A lot of the swimmers that are graduating, we have 6 that were part of the state team that are graduating, started with me when they were 6 or 7, some a little bit later, like 9 or 10, but it's kind of bittersweet to see this group go through and then this be it for some of us. So I've cried a lot at different moments, so they're looking at me like, don't cry. But I'm going to go through and introduce and just say some highlights for each of the swimmers that are here. Our 2 state champions were Kyle Davis. He won the 100 butterfly, and he also podiumed and was 3rd place in the 50 freestyle. And he holds many of our school records. And Justin Duke won the 100 breaststroke, and he was 4th as well in his 200 IM. But first we have senior Jimena Young. Jimena earned a 2nd place podium appearance in her 100 fly and was 4th in her 200 IM. She was also 2nd in her 200 free relay and was 4th in the 200 medley relay. And she also holds the 100 butterfly and all 3 relays full records, correct? And 100 breast, excuse me. I told them to correct me, and they will. They look at me. I say I got a good memory, but sometimes I need to write things down. Kate Dunnigan, senior. She earned a 2nd place in 200 IM, 4th place in 500 free at state, 2nd in her free relay, and 4th in the medley relay. And she holds school records in, I'm going to get it, in the 200 IM, the 500 free, the 100 back, and all 3 relays. And then we have Ansley Nunley. She's not graduating, thank goodness, because I really would be crying. But she was also part of the 2nd place relay team, the 4th place relay team. She earned 10th in the 100 butterfly and 14th in the 50 free. And so she's on the school record board with all of the relays. And then we have these 3 young men, along with Kyle and Justin. We have Coleman Rudisil, and he represented us in all 3 of our relays for the men. And when the season first started, I have to brag on them. I didn't know if we'd take a relay in the men's category. But these guys worked, and they had goals, and they kept pushing each other. And these relays that these young men were in ended up getting 4th in the state, 6th in the state, and 14th in the state. And that's just amazing. So they were our relay swimmers. And then, of course, we have a few that were here, Aubrey Claire Flores, and then Justin and Kyle. But I do want to say that it looks like a small group, but we made a showing at state. Our 4 girls, including Aubrey Claire, who's not here, managed to get 3rd place in the state as a school, 4 swimmers. And so it's definitely quality versus quantity. We were actually the first public school. So the 2 schools that outdid us, private schools with a swimming pool on campus. So, I mean, I'm just really impressed. The boys were also sitting in 3rd place, and then until the last few events, and it was just a few points difference between like a 3rd place and up to the 10th place. So we're really proud of these kids, and I just can't brag. I could sit here for hours if you need me to, and I can brag. But the whole team as a whole, and I want to also emphasize that these kids, not just these, but most of the team are not just leaders in the pool, but they're leaders in the classroom as well. And so we try to make that an important, obviously the most important thing, but they're all great kids. Right.
That's where it all begins.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So I see these babies go through, and it's like I cry every year. So anyway.
And these 2 young men here, their names?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not. This is Wyatt Dunnigan. Thank you. And this is my son, Will Nunley. So I should have put name tag. And I said Coleman, but I didn't introduce you guys. I am so sorry. So yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Which one are any of these singers? These 3?
No.
Oh, good.
They're coming back.
All right.
Thank goodness. Yes.
And we'll have our own pool to practice in.
Yeah. fingers crossed. It's and talking about that, so hopefully like this year I had to cut some swimmers because I only have so many lanes to coach. And so it's going to be really nice for anybody who is interested in swimming. And that just like, that's what is so good about coaching is getting all the kids that want to do it. So I'm looking forward to it. So yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
All right, and our next group is the high school wrestling teams. We'll have Coach Kyle Baird.
Get the girls to.
Yes. Oh, now there's Miss Benson. Miss Benson could have a familiar face. All right, Coach Baird, we'll turn it over to you.
All right, this is your 2023, 2024, 2025 state championship team. Sorry, my days are running together. It's been busy lately. I'm going to let these guys just go and introduce themselves, their weight classes, and then our guys at one state, make sure you include that as well, okay? So we'll start. And what grade you're in?
I'm a senior. I was a heavyweight wrestler this year, and I qualified for state.
Reese.
I'm a freshman. I was 215 this year, and I lost at the state finals.
His name is Clifford.
Clifford.
He plays second state.
I'm Cat Benson. I wrestled at 190. I'm a senior, and I won state.
I'm Fisher West. I won state at 175 my junior year.
Dylan Barnelli. I'm a sophomore. I wrestled 165 at 60 state.
My name is Dallas Russell. I wrestled 157. And I won state.
Just real quick, he's now a 3-time state champion, so he's a senior next year. So, and he's an Oklahoma commit as well.
What's your name?
My name is Eli Aguayo. I wrestled 150 for our team. I state qualified.
My name is Chris Hessel. I'm a freshman and I'm a 2025 state champion.
My name is Ron Guardo. I'm a junior. I wrestled 132 and I'm a 3-time state champion.
He's what? He's also a Hofstra commit as well. So.
My name is Wyatt Clayton. I wrestled 126 and I qualified for state.
My name is Barry Clayton. I wrestled 120 and I'm a junior and I placed third at state.
My name is Katie Gannon. I'm a sophomore. I wrestled 113 and I qualified for state.
My name is Taylor Thompson. I'm a freshman. I wrestled 106 and qualified for state.
My name is Alina. I'm qualified for state and I wrestled. My name is Ava Goodwin. I qualified for state and I wrestled 115.
My name is Ava Callers. I'm a junior and I wrestled 190 and I got second at state.
My name is Ella Hughes. I'm a sophomore and I got second at state.
She's now a 2-time state player. So last year she placed third, and her sister also placed second. Something cool about the girls team. First time we were able to compete as a girls team. You have to have so many girls to compete at duels. So we got to do that this year, and then all together at the traditional tournament we placed second at state, which is the first time ever. So that was pretty cool to bring something like that home for them. So it's a process. Building a girls program has been pretty cool so far.
Yes.
I mean, you have been there in the program.
We had 9 girls this year, so we doubled our numbers from last year. And I've had a lot of interest this year from about 4 or 5 more girls wanting to participate next year.
Coach, would you give us an update on Dominique?
Yeah, so I was there yesterday. He has good days, bad days. His blood pressure is struggling to stay where it needs to be just because the nerves are a crazy thing, how it operates your body. There's a lot of things that you think you know about it that you just don't know until you start listening to the doctor talk about how these things work. And, but he's getting some feeling in some places, and it's kind of sporadic. It's not constant. They're hopeful because it didn't sever his spinal cord. It just just pushed against it and bruised it pretty good. So right now we're just hoping that some things, the highway opens up again, is basically how the doctor explained it to me.
I appreciate you going out, Coach Baird Wednesday, right?
Dom Wednesday.
Dom Wednesday.
Yeah. He looks forward to it. It's something that, out of the whole situation, something he does get to look forward to. Because there's not much he can do right now. I think yesterday was the first day that he really got to go across the street from their Shepherd Clinic in his chair, so we went and got coffee that morning. Okay. So it's good for him.
So he's at Shepherd's?
Yes, sir.
Spinal Center.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you and appreciate all you do, Coach. And these young men and ladies, which is odd for me to say, but we thank all of you for what you've done. For those that are graduating, wish you the best. And for those that are coming back, we'll look for the tradition to continue as far as state champions.
And what number was it for state champions? 45th?
I think I looked on the website. I think there's some years missing on there because I counted. I was like, I know I got 3 in there.
Yeah.
I want to say that it was 47 this year.
Wow.
I could be wrong.
That's with both.
That's a good problem to have, right? You can't keep counting. That's a good problem to have. So I'm thinking with both, it's 47. So we're 2 years away from 50.
Wow. Congratulations, and we look forward to celebrating the 50.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Thank you all again.
Thank you. All right, and next we have Coach Matt Sims. He has a student to introduce to us, Eva. Sure. All right.
Just be right there.
Yes.
All right, this is Ava. As a CTA program, we're fortunate enough to have industry certification for each one of our programs. Our industry certification is Microsoft Office, which assesses their skills in Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. She took the Microsoft Office certification test last semester and placed 3rd in Georgia over the whole state. So that was a really, really cool accomplishment for her. So she's one of my star students last semester and doing well in all our other classes too. So we're very proud for her to represent CTAE very well here at Jefferson High School. So
Congratulations.
she's in 9th grade.
That's great.
Ninth
Wow.
grade too, so
Oh, yeah.
that's pretty impressive too. So
We might need her services.
That's right.
It's a great certification. It looks good on resumes, college resumes. It's a little bit above an entry level certification, but it's a good tool to have moving forward for sure. So she'll have the opportunity to do that. Well, she got Word, she'll have the opportunity to get Excel and PowerPoint.
Wow.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations. Okay, and last but certainly not least, we have Kenzie Wilder. She will be a familiar face to all of you as well, and she is participating in the Jackson EMC Washington Youth Tour. So we have Miss Karen Ewing here with us, and we appreciate you being here, so we'll turn it over to you.
Well, I'm back.
Yeah, that's right.
I need a permanent place on my calendar every year. I told the principal, I need to go ahead and pencil this in every year. I'm back 3 years in a row, and it's fabulous. We are so excited for Kenzie to join us on Washington Youth Tour this year, and it is the June 13th through 20th, and she will join 3 other delegates from Jackson EMC, 115 students from across Georgia, EMCs. We have sent delegates for more than 50 years, and this is the oldest leadership program in the state of Georgia, the Washington Youth Tour. She will experience learning about electric co-ops as well as leadership through our public servants. One of the most fun days with our delegates is on the steps of the Capitol, where I call it selfies with the senators. Senator Warnock, Senator Ossoff were there, and they give remarks, and then as soon as it's over, all of the delegates, they rush down to get a selfie with them, and that becomes one of their favorite pictures of the year. That and the riverboat cruise, and my favorite is the evening parade at the U.S. Marine Corps Memorial at Iwo Jima. And that is a really special evening. They get to meet the Marines afterwards, and it's a great picnic with delegates from all over the country where they meet them as well and exchange pins. So we're excited for Kenzie to represent us this year. And Jefferson.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank y'all so much. Thank you for this opportunity, and I can't wait.
Tell us all about
Karen did make a note that Kenzie would have made it last year, but she admitted that she was going to go to GHP, and so then they had to wait a year because she was going to go to her honors.
So if we're not recording, I will tell you, yeah.
This is the story of my life.
Kenzie has been in my phone as 2025 Washington User delegate before the interview. But, so she was always going to be selected. She was phenomenal last year and this year as well. It's hard to be engaging when you are on a Zoom, right? And she was so engaging on her Zoom interview because she did her interview from a hotel room. She was touring NYU at the time, and still managed to be the number one ranking for the judges. And he talked about her being engaging. So we know we are well represented.
We agree. Well,
What grade are you in, Kenzie? What grade are you in?
Oh, I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
Yes.
Have you decided where you're going? Are you going to NYU? Or?
I would love to, but
Or stay in the South. Or stay in the South. We'll see.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Kenzie is probably going where they offer the best opportunity for her.
That's great.
That's great.
Congratulations.
That's
Thank you.
Congratulations once again.
Yes.
Congratulations, Mom and Dad.
Yes. Yeah.
The struggle's real, right?
I know.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because she had, the honors program.
Yes.
And that
Got her summer taken up.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the end of our student staff recognition, and the next item is just a reminder, do not leave here and go to the field house. We only have a one-day retreat, and that's tomorrow, so you can, you don't go over, we won't have our first session tonight, that was yesterday, and then tomorrow we will begin continental breakfast, starts at 8, but our program will start at 8:30, so just make sure you come to the field house in the morning. Okay, Mr. Hopkins, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, the next thing I guess we have is the financial reports. Ms. Nat.
Yep, and we'll start with the general fund report. This represents the revenues and expenditures through February. And you can see on there for revenues that we're 95% collected of our taxes. So the main money that will come in at this point, we will collect some that will obviously try to beat the 10% penalty deadline, which is April 1st. So hopefully those that have outstanding tax payments will make those before they're faced with the 10% penalty. I did become aware that there were some adjustments approved through the appeals process on a few of our commercial properties that will impact us financially to the tune of about $250,000 because of an adjustment that was made after the fact, after our digest values were provided to us.
So we've been aware of that information. And we'll be talking about information that we're gonna have to do because of the new House Bill 581, you know, the assessments and so forth that are going out. The tax commissioner is communicating information to us, but the unfortunate part that the information will still be very preliminary. That they won't have final information for us to gather and really provide, to me, more accurate information on these tax assessments going out, other than it's gonna peg us into, a corner a little bit, basically on preliminary information, which is unfortunate, but, you know, cause it's always preliminary information, but this to me gives a little false, that it's more, the details are more known than what they will be. So, we're working with Candace on that, so we have to work with Candace, all school systems in Jackson County now to go through this process. So stay tuned for that. So expenditure wise, we're trending. It looks like we will underrun hopefully our budget by the end of the fiscal year. But the other good news is that we are going to receive a midterm adjustment to the tune of $721,000 due to the increased FTE. Because remember, when they set our budget, it's based off of the prior year's count, and then when our October count goes in, they do a prorated adjustment, and then they adjust those values based off of any kind of changes. And due to the growth, we will see $721,000 additional funding from the state. So that will start to come in March, and they'll prorate that over the remaining months in the fiscal year through June. So good news on that behalf. So that'll help us, you know, offset. Remember, we put 1.8 in the budget of reserves, so that'll help reduce that value as well as our underrun. So we won't hopefully need as much funding out of the reserves to balance by the end of the fiscal year. So, any questions on this report? And we'll go to the special revenue report. This represents your federal programs as well as your pre-K and school nutrition.
You want to go with, you got your final payment of the GO bonds?
Oh, yes, sir.
Talk about that.
Yeah. We did make the final payments on the 2000/04 bonds, which funded the middle school original project. And one of them decides it's not the current project, it's the original project. And then the 2000, it's the 2005 financing that we refinanced in 2013, and we refinanced it again in 2020 because of interest rates changing. So it just, you know, we were able to pay less because of those refinanced rates. And so we were able to pay off that debt, which the 2005 was for the Performing Arts Center project, was related to that particular project. So we were grateful that those two are finalized at this point. So we have left the expansion on the high school arena project, as well as the over the Memorial Stadium. So those are the projects that remain on our debt schedule.
Okay.
The academy's paid off.
It's it would have been in the 2005, yes. Sir.
5.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
The PAC and the academy. I appreciate you reminding me. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the academy is paid.
So just 2
yes.
left. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you. So you have before you the revenues for the pre-K federal and school nutrition accounts. And like I said, you'll kind of see us obviously running behind on that. But like I mentioned, in the school nutrition account, they did have a fund balance of $1.5 million. So their overage will come out of that fund reserve balance for the school nutrition program. The other programs, federal grants and pre-K, will be zeroed out at the end of the fiscal year. So all that money will equal itself out as the reserve balances on those. Any questions?
If I have any questions about any of these, as we go through, go ahead and just chime in.
Then we'll go to the SPLOSH detailed expenses. And I just kind of highlighted, just know like this, balance that's in the red right now, is being funded right now by the general fund reserve. So we're having to use the fund reserve and then we'll replenish that when our, bonds are approved. Hopefully the end of this month, or I guess in February, so or not February, April is when the distribution will happen. So, obviously the big ticket item is the middle school project, which they are, Mr. Moore will, and I apologize, that should say payment number 16, not 15, I apologize that. Mr. Moore will give you guys an update when we get to the facility section on those. And what I do, like I said, when it comes to the revenue on the splosh, you'll notice there wasn't any big change compared February of 24 to February of 25. And it was down in relation to January, but that's always to be expected because January represents Christmas sales and obviously February represents January. So nothing out of the ordinary. And if we can get to the projection report, like I said, this is where you'll see, the spend plan for the middle school executing its way out. That's the main line item, obviously, because that project, majority of it will be finished in summer of 25, but there'll still be renovations and modifications that will be acted on, and the real completion of that project will happen in summer of 26. And then up at the top represents the bond payments that were made in the month of January. Those are biannual, so we do it in January and we'll do it again in July and August.
But some of those were gone.
Yes, yeah, and that's why you'll see that below in the August. There's nothing represented for the 2000 and the 2005 debt payments. And the good news is we did get, we have that QSCB bond, but we did receive our revenue in February. So I was kind of holding my breath, not knowing if the federal payment would come through, but it did. So
Yeah, I was going to ask.
yeah, it came through. Because we have to apply for, we have to submit a report to the federal government each semi-annually, I think about 45 days before the actual debt payment to request the revenue, and it came in February, so that's good. Okay. And then we can just look at the middle school phase 2 expenditures just solely by itself, and like I said, this represents what is being projected by Carol Daniel, and just comparing what the actual drawdowns are. And then the far right represents what is paid to the architect, which is a percentage of that number. So if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see the remaining balance for the middle school. We're looking at 16 million plus the 400,000 to the architect. So a little under $17 million is still outstanding on that project. Okay.
Okay.
And then last but not least, the utility report. Georgia Power had some rate changes, so that's why you see the consumption versus the cost change is due to some of the rate changes in regards to Georgia Power. We look, scroll down to the water consumption section. You'll see, scroll over just a little bit. Obviously the middle school is attributable to the construction project. They're utilizing obviously the water to do the brick masonry work and so forth. And then the high school project, that work, I believe there was repair work, and the repair work happened towards the end of that billing cycle. but we still have another leak that's over on that campus. So, that is gonna be addressed, I believe, over spring break. You're right, Russell, do you wanna talk to that?
Well, I mean, it's in the, under the corner of a building, right in the edge of the parking lot. So we don't wanna dig it up all of ours here. We're not real sure what we're gonna do. So, plan is to do it.
Kim, underwater cost, the football field irrigation, $787 for the last 2 years.
It's a flat fee. It's a
What?
flat fee that we pay just for the water line, period.
For the water line?
Yeah, and it's up to like less than 5,000 gallons, I think, is included with the flat fee. So it's a fixed amount. It's not related to any consumption usage.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, is that it?
Yes, sir.
Anybody have any questions about any of this utility report or any of the financial reports? If there's none, we'll just move right along. Thank you very much. So next we have a transportation report.
Good afternoon. Transportation, fuel cost is $17,073.71. That's up $1,899.81 from last month. Diesel price $3.63. Gas $3.02. Propane $2.65. Bus service and repair $2,719.56, down $2,110.09 from last month. And this is some of the repairs that we had on the buses for last month. The total cost for operations, $19,793.08, down $210.28 from last month. Transportation personnel, we have all the route drivers in place, and we have a sub position, not a sub driver, but a bus monitor position vacancy to be filled coming up. Bus routes, we are still running the 18 regular air routes, 2 sped routes, and the 1 GNet route. Trips for February was 72 trips, and we have 60 trips on the Google spreadsheet for the month of March presently. I have no recommendations at this time for propane infrastructure update. The propane infrastructure is complete. We're just waiting for the grading and the install of the fuel management system, which will be completed hopefully in April.
So you don't have a propane bus on the route, or do you?
Yes, we have 3 propane buses on route. The propane infrastructure is how the buses will be fueled from our location. But currently, those buses are being fueled from our vendor, which is right on the road.
So you go up there to
fuel, yes.
Very good. Okay.
You must be working well because they don't wake me up in the morning.
Or you're sound sleeper.
Absolutely, Mr. Hewitt. The propane bus is on your route and go past your house every morning. It's a quiet bus.
I don't hear it at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Mr. Weaver, tell the driver to start blowing the horn when he goes by.
The alarm clock.
Okay, any other, Mr. Weaver? Anything else you have?
No, that's all I have.
Do we have any questions about that transportation? All right, moving right along. We've got a instruction program report. I think Mr. Bryan's going to take care of that because Sherry's not here.
Yes, sir. First off, Jefferson High School has been named an Advanced Placement Honor School for 2025 based on the results of the 2024 AP courses and exams. Students who receive a 3, 4, or 5 on an AP exam may receive college credit depending on the college that they intend to attend. JHS received the following honors: AP School of Distinction. What this means is at least 20% of the total student population took AP exams, and at least 50% of all AP exams earned a score of 3 or higher. They also received the AP STEM School. This is where a minimum of 5 students tested in at least 4 AP STEM courses. Those are AP Calculus, AP Stats, AP Biology, AP Chemistry, AP Environmental Science, AP Physics, AP Computer Science, AP Computer Science Principles, and a minimum of 25 exams were administered in these areas. And then finally, they were an AP STEM Achievement School, where this is with at least 50% of all AP STEM exams earning a score of 3 or higher. So congratulations to the high school on those awards and honors. Moving on, strategic planning update. The action team will be meeting on Monday, March 24th for an all-day writing session. This group will be made up of a smaller team of leaders from the system, so we'll be meeting with those folks in about a week and a half. Look forward to that. And then our Europe World War II trip will be headed off here in a couple of weeks, I think the Thursday prior to spring break. They will be departing on April 3rd and return on April 15th. Ms. Hardy is going to share with us a couple of changes.
Usually the trip ends in Munich, but the last couple of years it's been a big convention, so they tried changing the route to hopefully that'll better get a hotel in Munich, but they still had a little bit of problems. But they are going to fly to Paris. The first 4 days were the same, and then from Normandy go to Bastogne to Luxembourg. That's all kind of the same, but then from there they're going to Munich, and they're just going to spend 1 day in Munich instead of the 2 nights. And then they're going to first to Baden. I think I said that right. But and then they're going to spend 2 nights there. They get to do a tour of the lake. They got to stay on the lake last year. That they last minute change, and they loved it. So they're staying there for 2 nights, and then Nuremberg, and then to Weimar, and then to Berlin, where they're going to spend 2 nights, and then fly out of Berlin, which makes the flight a little bit shorter on the way home. So there's 26 kids going this year. And Mr. Cooper.
27 kids.
27 kids.
You're right.
Mr. Peter doing all right? I mean, I know he had some health problems.
Now we're battling some gout, but he's been to the foot doctor, and so we're getting there.
Okay.
He's researched his shoes that he can walk in around Europe, and he's doing much better.
Yes. Very good.
Okay.
All
right, moving on. 2025 Board Recognition Program applications open on March 25th. Tony Rossi will be providing updates about the program at the retreat tomorrow. So more to come there. And again, our BOE retreat will be tomorrow, Friday, March 14th, from 8 o'clock until 5 o'clock. We'll be meeting at the field house. Looking forward to seeing everyone there. And then the story with any technology updates.
Well, I know you're going to be disappointed. You're not going to get technology updates at 8 p.m. this evening. We'll just do those tomorrow.
8 p.m.
Instead of 8
p.m.
Yeah.
He was, did I miss something? So I wasn't going to be here.
He'll be well rested in the morning.
Ready.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Moore?
No, sir.
If I have any questions about anything they went over, that's really neat on the AP School of Distinction and the STEM School and the AP STEM Achievement School. That's quite impressive. It has to do with the leaders,
Yeah.
Okay. We'll move on. Facilities report, Mr. Moore, I think you have that also.
Yes, sir. Just a quick update on the construction at the middle school, and we're going to get a whole lot more details tomorrow at the retreat with some pictures and more information to come. But where we are right now on the admin, classroom, library, and classroom sides, it's getting real close inside. About ready to start some finishes, hopefully real soon. Sheetrock's 90% complete. Exterior windows 90% complete. All brick and block is 100% complete, and painting is 50%. The new gym, brick and block is completely done. Exterior windows and doors 90% complete. Painting is 30% complete, and the gym floor has arrived. It will sit in condition before they lay it out. I think they're going to start laying that out maybe next week. So it's getting conditioned now in the gym, and looking forward to having that put down next week. And it may take a week or so before it gets fully done. A couple of other items, PAC sound and lighting upgrades. Our folks that use the PAC a good bit have shared with us some needs in this area in the PAC and the theater part. We'd like to upgrade the video signal path in the auditorium. This will give, when we do presentations, we'll be able to be down at the stage and just handle all the projecting from the stage area. We'd like to have that as well as an upgrade to our sound. We'll be adding some wireless microphones. Our drama teacher shared with us that we've got a few that have gone bad. In some of the productions where they're big productions, they're in the back changing out microphones. And so we're going to add a few microphones, antenna splitters, and then upgrade our lighting. Our lighting is pretty antiquated, and we'd like to install a control board to easily program the lights for events that are held in the PAC. All of these will include some training of our personnel, so we'll have more than just one person that knows how to run these sound and lighting. So you'll see this as an action item shortly. Number 3, install cameras, intercoms, and access controls on phase 2 at JMS. As they're getting close to completion there, we'd like to get our cameras, access controls that we have on the rest of the building put in place for this part of the building. And it's best to do it while it's a little easier to move around. And so you'll see this as an action item as well. I'd like to get that process started. Russell has shared that he always likes to keep a couple of extra HVAC units, the barred replacement units that we use at the different schools. We don't have any. He's used those here in the last several months, so we'd like to purchase a couple of those units. He's already got one that he needs to put in place now and keep the other one as a replacement.
Just know, so we have several units that are like 30 years old in our system. Yeah, what?
35.
Exactly. So that's, I mean, they've served a good long life. So
We're not talking about you, Russell.
All right, and then the last thing, Russell's got a couple of bullets there, just a quick maintenance update of some of the things that they've been working on.
As you see, there's 2 garbage disposals that were locked down at the elementary and high school. They've been replaced. Those are done. There's been several ice machines that have been installed at the academy, the high school, and the baseball field house. We've had some roof leaks at the elementary and academy, and I guess we'll find out this weekend how those work out. And the air conditioning, we just talked about at the elementary school in Secretary Hall. And the other thing is we put a work order process in this July before school started, and it just flipped 1,000. Well, I think it's like 1,020 today. And I looked at it a few days ago, and there were like 60 pending out of 1,000 work orders at July 15th.
Russell, that's impressive. So next year we'll see if you can do 2,000.
Next year.
Raising the bar, right?
Okay. Is that all you got to do?
That's only the ones that people, when they actually turn them in.
Those when they call you on the phone, there's a text
Yeah. Or he's walking down the hallway and somebody grabs him.
Yeah. You can imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Very good. Thank you. That's all you got there, Mr. Moore?
Yes, sir.
Looks like enough, but thank you. All right, I guess we'll go right on into our action items. And
All right, this is the one where everybody starts looking in another direction and they don't make any eye contact. Appoint the delegate and alternate to Georgia School Board's Delegate Assembly in June 2025. And again, just a reminder that the summer conference will be held in Savannah, June 5th through the 7th. And
the 5th is when we need to be.
Yes, the 5th will be the pre-conference workshops, but our board will actually do the second day of what we did yesterday with the Excellence in Governance Institute. So that'll be on June 5th. But
Write
we
that
do,
down, Willie.
yes, we do need to appoint the delegate and alternate to attend the delegate assembly. So
You know the drill. It's like Ashley on the hook.
If everybody would look forward, right?
I missed yesterday.
Brantley just said he followed.
I'll do it. Since
All
I
right.
missed yesterday, I'll do it for him.
Okay.
That's pretty sweet. We nominate Ashley as
The alternate,
alternate.
okay.
Sir, oh, you want to do it?
No, so you and I can't do it because we gotta take a class that we missed yesterday.
No.
It'll be a different time.
We'll all be in the same one.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Joey.
He's gonna try to slip out. Okay.
Can I get to do 2 years in a row?
Bradley's already agreed to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got Ashley as the alternate.
Yes.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on, okay. So we'll have down Mr. Porter as the delegate.
What's that date?
Ashley.
Donna, what's that
It'll
date?
probably be on the 6th, on June 6th, because it's usually the first day of the conference. So I believe it'll be the 6th. Yes.
We'll remind you. We'll make sure you know.
I mean,
It sounds fun, doesn't it? Don't y'all all want to go to the delegate assembly?
it is entertaining.
It can be.
You have a bunch of,
It was last year.
get to witness a couple of fools get up there and prove that they're,
Do get out.
prove their foolishness.
Amen.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Next item, we have approved the JMS Phase 2. Oh, we didn't vote on it.
So
Sorry.
moved.
Second.
Thank you.
All those in favor, signify by the thank you very much. We got done. All right, then on the middle school Phase 2 cameras and intercom.
All right, I would like to recommend we approve the installation. Again, this is part of the, as that construction project is nearing the end. This is for cameras, intercoms by R.J. Young, and the total amount is $93,170.19.
See how many cameras they got.
Mm-hmm.
Make that in the form of a recommendation.
Yes, sir.
Here's the rest of it back here. You heard the recommendation of the superintendent to have a motion that we approve of a recommendation on the cameras at the middle school. Second phase.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other questions? All those in favor, signify by that. Thank you. All right.
Okay. And the next one, again, part of Phase 2 construction project, we have the access control doors. And so I would like to recommend we approve the installation of access control doors by R.J. Young, and the total amount is $57,841.41. The key, yeah.
Okay. I heard the recommendation of the superintendent as far as these are 2 doors, is that what you said? 2 access doors?
No, it's actually Phase 2, so it's just the
Phase
access
2.
controls for Phase 2 project, sorry.
Okay. to have a motion that we approve the recommendation of the superintendent on these access doors at the middle school? Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Any other questions about this? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by raising their hand. Thank you very much. We'll move right along.
Okay, the next one is approved PAC sound, lights, and video upgrades, and I have to let Brian pull that one up here. So the total amount is will be $13,857.27, and we've got it broken down. Lights from Barton Productions is $4,031. Sound is also from Barton Productions, $7,101.27. And then the video is Nice Wonger Audio Visual Center for $2,725. So again, Mr. Moore mentioned during the facilities report, this would be an upgrade to that sound system that's outdated. It needs to be upgraded, and we need to be able to have some other capabilities of being able to have someone use technology out on the stage without somebody in the back. So that total amount is $13,857.27. I would like to recommend that we approve that quote.
So you've heard the recommendation of the superintendent to have a motion that we approve that recommendation.
Motion.
No motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. So lights, camera, and action.
That's right, lights, camera, and action.
All right. Any other questions about that? Total is $13,857.27.
Mm-hmm.
All those in favor, please signify by that. Thank you very much.
And lights, camera, and action is definitely a segue to the next item, which is approve the JMS Phase 2 furniture bid. This is, again, furniture for the Phase 2 construction project, and this is coming from Ernie Morris, and the total amount is $383,296.09. And Kim, would you just share the specific areas, basically give us an overview of what this furniture involves or it includes?
As we're moving into the new space, obviously the new administration area, we'll see, new furniture going in that. The biggest one you guys will probably see is related to the media center. We've been working with the teachers in planning this, planning all of these spaces. So the biggest line, I think media is probably about 130 of that total. So obviously with the furniture, because the existing one is metal and the old wooden chairs and so forth. So this will definitely see a much more inviting facelift for that space, which I think will be inviting for all the students as well as the teachers, because Ms. Knight will use this as a training area and so forth. So that space has that capability. And then you have that the CTAE spaces, so the audiovisual, the business lab, the health occupation, the art classroom, as well as the STEAM classroom. We'll see furniture at that location. So, and the self-contained, as well as, I appreciate the orchestra classroom as well, because down at the gym, the orchestra classroom will be located down there. So we've involved the orchestra teacher in some of this decision. Now, I will like to preface with orchestra, we did not finalize some of the storage. You remember when we did the band, some of that's kind of specialized, so we're going to get together with her on some of those areas because they are a bit more specialized because of the type of storage for the equipment. So we will finalize that portion. So I do want to preface this does not include some of that storage that will be needed for that area. But we did go get pricing from 3 vendors altogether. This was the least expensive. I will say we started at the first bid came in at $700,000, and we were getting ourselves down and down and down. So anyway, this was the least expensive bidder on it, and we've been back and forth several times. Ms. Knight and her team has been fantastic. The devil's always in the details of these things, so we we went through, explored it, asked ourselves questions, do we need this, do we need that? You know, can we do it a little bit less expensive? And this is getting a quality product without necessarily incurring some of the bigger price tags with it. So I feel good when we started at 700 and we're down now at 383.
And I will say the media center, it's going to be a very nice collaborative space for students. And I know that, you know, some of our existing media centers, you all have approved some upgrades and trying to make those more collaborative spaces. And I think it's going to be really nice at the middle school, in the library, right? Because Lindy she still runs a library, which is good. Yeah.
And we appreciate our color committee helped us finalize some of the decisions and that. So we're appreciative of y'all's input into this decision as well. So
This bid is 46 pages long.
it is all the furniture items, yes, sir.
Because I've been flipping for a while.
Yeah.
It says 9 and 46.
Yeah,
I noticed that
Room by
too.
room.
Yeah, it's
Every
room by
room.
room, yeah. Which that was helpful when they organized it room by room. It was helpful for me to kind of follow that through as, you know, we've gone back and forth with teachers, you know, kind of, like you said, collaborating and getting feedback. So it was very helpful that the vendors laid it out as they did. So, like I said, Ernie Morris has done projects like at Heroes Elementary. I mean, they're a well-known furniture vendor, as well as the other ones that we involved in this process. But,
Okay.
thank you.
So this is in addition to the cost that we've had from the construction manager on the cost of the building.
Yes, yes. I mean, all this, like the access control doors, any kind of technology, the camera systems, those are all borne by us, the owner of the project. So those expenses, you know, like I said, because the contractors want us to plan for them and appropriately and involve whatever contractors that we may already have relationships with or who know what our needs are based off of our requests.
I did notice that with ordering, it says some tables you must order the legs separately.
Yeah.
So that's pretty something. Order a table
And
and
there
they
is
got
a
your legs on.
lifetime, I will say this does have a lifetime warranty with it, so, and our actual vendor rep is located here in Brazelton, so it's nice having a local rep that's close by as well, and this furniture will have a lifetime warranty on it.
But this has some assembly required.
They will assemble it, yeah, they will deliver and assemble it.
Oh, they will assemble it?
Yes.
Well, that'd be good.
Different than last time.
Yeah.
3 words that send chills up your spine at Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Some assembly required.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So I would like to make this in the form of a recommendation to approve the purchase of the furniture. That total amount, $383,296.09.
All right, you heard the recommendation of the superintendent to have a motion.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Anybody got any other questions about this? All right. Hearing none, all those in favor, signify with that. Thank you very much. Okay. Got all that.
All right, and the last action item is approve the purchase of the Bard HVAC units. Again, as Mr. Moore shared in the facilities report, these one is a replacement needed at the elementary school, and the other will be used as, you know, a spare unit. But I believe that the issue with this is the time that it takes to get these in is usually 6 to 8 weeks. So it's probably wise to have one on hand in case we have another issue, especially as we go into the spring and summer. So I would like to recommend you approve the purchase of those 2 units from Mingledorff's, and the total amount is $11,818.
Okay. Heard the recommendation of the superintendent to purchase 2 of these wall-mounted Bard units with a heat pump. for a total of $11,818. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Have a motion? Is there-
Second.
There's a second. Motion and a second. Any other questions about this? Said one will be held in, one is needed now and one is to be held in reserve. I know that they've been talking that the lead time leaves are already very different.
Yeah.
Any no other questions? All those in favor, signify with that. Thank you very much. Got it done. All right. We have to stop with an overrun of money. Okay, is that all?
That's it. Yes, sir.
All right, we have on the agenda, at this time, we have a spot for any public comment. You might like to bring any public comment. It looks like somebody on the chickens here. All right, hearing none, we'll, you don't need an executive session. Before we go into executive session, I would like to hear from each school and see what's going on. There's Mr. Warner. Go ahead, Mr. Warner.
There's always a lot going on at Jefferson Elementary, but we're very much focused on instruction right now and digging into data. But we did celebrate Read Across America Week. Was that last week? 2 weeks ago. And we had a book character dress up day on Friday, which was very exciting and noisy. And we have completed our Dragon Act. We're waiting to get the final word. We're not going to top last year, but we were successful, so we're excited about that.
Keep it handy. We may need to borrow some money.
It's already spent.
Already spent.
We have plans. We're upgrading our specials department, and we're doing some things for classroom teachers as well. As Owen told you, we are having a Once Upon a Dream art show and book fair that Miss Golding, Miss Wheeler have teamed up together with a lot of volunteers, and that's next Tuesday, so parents can come in and view their students' artwork. And they are focused on the Disney authors, so the students have painted and created all of this artwork that are Disney designs, and it's great if you get a chance to come in and take a look. And that's about it for us.
Yeah.
Right now.
Ms. Ferguson, just pick it up in the third grade.
Yes, absolutely. So we have, our month is kind of similar to the elementary school. We also celebrated Read Across America Week last week with various dress-up days and book character day on Friday. We also had our first ever picture book picnic last week.
Beg your pardon, say that again?
Picture book picnic.
Oh, picture book.
Yes. Fourth grade carried over into this week because the weather didn't cooperate, but we finally had theirs yesterday. It was a beautiful sunny day. But it was really great to see parents of the older elementary kids sit on a blanket with them, reading picture books that you don't usually see in the hands of those older kids. It was really nice to get lots of great feedback from parents and teachers, and they said, let's do this once a quarter. And then I reminded them winter might not be nice.
Yeah.
So we probably won't do it once a quarter. But then another great thing about that, we were able to partner with some of the high school students. Some of the high school Beta Club members came over, and Ms. Moak brought over a lot of her teaching as professional students. For those students who didn't have a parent who could come, they were still able to sit with somebody who wasn't their teacher and enjoy a book and lunch. So that was really nice. And then at the end of the month, we also have our book fair, and we are having, in conjunction with our parent shopping night, a parent academy, is what we're calling it, and we have several sessions. A lot of it was based on feedback we got from parents, a session on managing their feelings that our counselor's gonna lead, a session on promoting positive behavior, some academic sessions, a session of what milestones is for those third grade parents who just don't really know what to expect, just to kind of help parents better be better parents for their kids. They've got lots of interest, so they want it. So we're kind of.
Well, we spent a day yesterday, and one of the things we talked about was the partnership between the schools and the parents, as well as the community, but mainly partnership between the school and the parents, and so that fits right in with what we were talking about doing. Great, thank you. Ms. Knight, You got your construction helmet on?
Yes, sir, we got it going on and it is amazing, so come by, take a look, walk around, there's some of you, I think the ladies have been by to look, I'm not sure about you fellas, but might be to step up the game a little bit there. Come by, we'll take you around and let you check it out.
They don't want us there.
It's amazing. It's gonna be so much fun to be able to move forward with that this year and just spread out a little bit, not be so I think will be a big thing for us. We also participated in Read Across America and did several activities within our school. We were just really blessed. Liz Harper, who worked with the Tuskegee Airmen to write a book, spent some time with the last Tuskegee Airmen, and she came in and spoke to our sixth graders. That's always a treat. They asked great questions, and she had such experiences to share from being a part of that, which Gina Tyler is a friend of this lady, and was able to get her to come in and talk with us. We've been registering for high school and getting classes set up with Ms. Hardy and her school counselors. We're making connection choices for the other grades, getting ready for that, and getting ready to start making some scheduling choices. We had Chris Trent came in and spoke with our students on sort of a mindset talk about making good choices and treating everyone fairly. He spoke with our whole school. That was really good. I think the kids really enjoyed it. He did a little trick in this talk where had a big circle that spins around. You had all the kids look at it, and then in about 20 seconds, they had to look at my head, and it got really big. They did it again, and it made it really small. They thought that was pretty. Had a lot of comments about that.
I bet so.
Yeah, it was great. If they don't remember anything else about acting the right way, they definitely remember that part. So it was great. We had student success, celebrate student success days. This week is coming to the end of our 9 weeks, and we like to celebrate kids who are doing what they need to do and being successful there. So we've had a good time with some extra break time this week, and that's important for sure. We have Isa Bray coming in, who immigrated from Poland, to talk about some things with that tomorrow in the media center. So if you're around tonight and hear her speak to our kids, lots of fun things. We have a book fair coming up. So many great things.
Very good, thank you. Ms. Hardy?
Yes, sir. JRTC left this morning at 8 o'clock, took 33 students to Dayton, Ohio, for their big competition nationals. We've already had a flat tire, but it's been repaired and we're making progress, so I think they're going to get there about 7 o'clock tonight. I think 4 8th graders,
but I want to say this. We had 50 kids sign up for 8th grade ROTC next year, and I am so excited about that and what that'll mean to those kids. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm really proud.
That's good news.
That's
good. It's great. So, I told them I had to bring back some trophies, so hopefully they'll listen to me.
I mean, they most of the time they need an extra trailer or something to bring them all back.
Exactly. So, like you night out, Bill would love to sell you another ticket if you haven't bought one or two. He'll sell you another one. That's this Saturday. I know y'all know that Bishop a big fundraiser for them. If you want to go see a spring sports any day of the week, you can go.
There will be one.
It's so busy, as y'all know too. We've actually started. I was going to talk about last night, but I didn't. But digital hall pass has gotten going and it's off to a great success. I know that there's some little workouts, that we had to make, but it's awesome. So I'm excited about that for our students, and it's nice to be able to see that some students need to be in class. They're out of class more than they are in class. And so addressing that. So the digital hall pass has gotten off and it's going well. Robotics is this weekend. They have their competition. Hopefully the weather will hold out for them. David Boss books they got going. The seniors, they were excited. Mike Brown did a wonderful job promoting that and motivating kids. And then we are doing a Diamond Day, which is a senior adulting day in April, and at Southside has agreed to host it for us. And so kids, there's various things, financial, just have a change of tire, which I probably need to go to, and various activities that the seniors get to go to. And the kids are actually very excited. So,
that's good.
Yeah, busy, busy, busy. We did celebrate Reba across America one day. The high school we could step up, but we did back at least.
You made a quick trip.
Exactly.
Across
One-day
America
trip.
one day.
Yeah.
Can we attend the adulting day?
Yeah.
Me and Peter?
You and Mr. Peter. Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Metzger, Dr. Metzger, excuse me.
Really just focus on continuing to support our teachers and students in the classroom. Last week, Brady and I were able to attend the GK's legal conference in Athens. And with all the changes that you hear about in the news and everything, Brady and I leave feeling very good about where we stand. And the way our district is perceived with other districts is very high. And they come to us for advice now, which means a lot. And I feel very good about that. We are in the works planning our next United Dragon Day. That's the event at the stadium that we do with our more significant disabled students. That's going to be April 25th. So next Monday we're going to sit and plan that event. I'll share more information next board meeting, but we're excited about having that event. Our parents are really, really excited.
Very good. Ms. Hicks.
School nutrition is tracking along to the end of the school year. We're very excited this spring as kind of our taste testing season. So we've added a couple of new items to the kids' menus to see if they like anything, if they like any changes as we project next year's menu. We do have some exciting ideas to hopefully get a little bit more student involvement in our menus as well as our recipes as we continue to develop those. But I'll have to get with the principals to see how they'd like to incorporate that, because it might be a little easier at some schools than it will be at others. But other than that, we're looking forward to closing out the year strong and looking forward to next year.
Thank you very much. The cake is delicious.
Thank you.
But I don't think I've ever had that much chocolate at any one time.
It's Anna Lewis's. She will make a good cake for you.
It is. Chocolate, 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 on top of chocolate. Well, thank you though for that.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Ms. Beckwith, what, you got anything going on? You got any, you staked out any hospitals to pick up the babies or?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Actually, with the teen center being renovated, we are very grateful to Jefferson Church has agreed to host our April and May time to play groups that we've started. So we won't have to shut that down. We're just now getting traction, getting great feedback from the community. But that's our birth of free play groups that our teachers go over and lead songs and story time and just interact with the parents as we play and help the parents see, oh, so this is a good way of talking to your kids. We've had great success with that. So we're very, very grateful to Jefferson Church for hosting that in April and May. Had the drawing and all 10 classes are full for next year. We have a wait list, so we're excited about that. And we're also excited tomorrow, Stevens County is coming to visit our pre-K after the state director visited us. She asked them to come and visit some of our classrooms. So it was a real compliment to our teachers and to everything that y'all provide for us. So just good things happening in the pre-K.
Now who's coming?
Stevens County.
Stevens.
With their entire pre-K staff.
Huh.
How many do they have? How many classrooms do you know?
There's about 12 people.
That's great.
So I'll be a little late to the board.
That's okay.
You ask them to just take over the classes and let our people go on.
Give our teachers a break.
Yeah. That's a good idea. All right, very good. Anything else? Miss Miranda's already had her shot.
You need to talk to Miss Joyner. She's got that Dragon Dash money. She's no.
Yeah, I think Miss Joyner would
I
say,
know.
don't worry about the checkbook, you ain't getting the check.
You can just let Owen talk again, and I think people will throw money
Yes,
at you.
I think so.
That's right.
I'll be like, yeah, I'll still get it.
All right, anything else you have?
That's it. I'm good.
All right, can I have a motion to go into executive session for personnel?
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Any other questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? All right, we'll go into